Wall Street spent the week demanding proof that AI actually pays, and got hit by a violent correction. The Fed held rates, but 3 officials wanted a hike, pushing the 30-year yield to a 19-year high. Then Microsoft and Amazon's blowouts flipped the tape, turning a $1 trillion wipeout into a massive recovery. We end cautiously risk-on, eyeing next week's earnings from AMD and Palantir to see if the AI trade holds. Microsoft just posted the single biggest day in history, adding nearly $450 billion in value. This came after Azure grew 43% and crossed the $100 billion annual revenue milestone. It was their best week since the year 2000, closing up 21.8%. Now we watch the UK CMA probe for clouds, as the stock drifts slightly below Friday's close. Amazon just delivered its best quarter in a decade, crushing the earnings estimate of $182 with $575. The stock rocketed 15.3% on Friday alone, marking the largest one-day market value gain ever. AWS is growing at its fastest pace in 18 quarters, with a backlog that exploded to $496 billion. We watch for Zook's robotaxis to start charging fares in Vegas this month, while the stock holds the 270 handle. Alphabet spent the week climbing out of the hole its own massive capex plan had dug. The recovery accelerated Friday on huge volume, as the market finally stopped fearing the spending. Gemini is now scaling fast, landing in Oracle's Fusion applications and NetSuite for thousands of customers. The only wrinkle is Brussels, where Digital Markets Act claims could cost a significant sum. Oracle spent a quiet week acting as the neutral arms dealer of AI, without reporting any numbers. The spark was Thursday's Gemini deal, embedding Google models into Fusion and NetSuite for an 8.3% jump. The stock rode that momentum to close at $129.87, up 12.9%. Now we watch if the $630 billion backlog gets priced, or if credit stress creates a ceiling. TQQQ took a stomach-churning round trip this week, bleeding from $64 down to $57.75. But the Nasdaq index surged on Microsoft earnings, and TQQQ climbed nearly 12% from Wednesday to Friday. While 10 stocks did most of the heavy lifting, TQQQ barely finished the week up 1%. Now dip buyers eye next week's catalysts like AMD and Palantir, though the 5.2% bond yield remains a tax.